On this video we will check how was the journey of Ultimate Conquest Season 8 champion, from their first game on AC until the title on UC. MAD started AC facing the biggest alliance on the game. But some mistakes made on NEO strategy end up costing the game for them. Lose the first races on the outposts was already a big punch on the start. Just like losing the mother right on the first wave of rallies. But the real issue was the persistent rallies on the port, even bouncing back on every rally wave in Lakers. NEO kept trying it. This for sure costed them a lot of time and healing speeds. MAD's second game against OBV didn't had much action. MAD took all the buildings and OBV gave up too soon. So let's check the third match where MAD had to face NEO again. Like the first game, MAD made an initial pressure on NEO, taking both outposts, and this time winning the race for Mother as well. NEO did a great run on the ports, but one mistake on the ports costed their game. In a bad swap, NEO lost Lannister port to Lakers. And repeating the same mistake from the first game, spend a lot trying to take the port, costing too much time and heals that could be used on another structure. MAD and BDR are well known as big opponents, and this can be considered as a classic match on AC. Exactly because of it, will always be a tense game for both sides, and the main point is who will have enough cold blood to follow the strategy right without letting the nerves dominate everything. And that was the case on this game. BDR did a perfect match, besides losing 3 of the first races. They did perfect swaps. And intercept MAD swaps as well. But on MAD's side, there was a lot of mistakes done. Like bad timing on rallies and bad swaps. So BDR prevailed with their incredible way to control the game. On match 5 of AC, MAD faced NEO again, yes, again, for the third time. But on this time NEO was way better prepared and made MAD life way more difficult. Started focusing on getting at least one outpost on the first race. And win the races for both ports. With a great move of putting Tweedy holding Lannister port, gave some security for NEO game, since MAD couldn't take him out of there. On the other hand, Benny lost the other port, NEO took back, and it ended up on MAD hands with Eki, so was a bad news for NEO game tried to take him out. Since their rallies on Casterly bounced back, NEO ended up losing the game. KAC started the game giving a good pressure on MAD. Winning the first races on outposts. But not being able to hold rally waves on the structures they got, MAD made their game way harder and impossible to win. As the first game of Ultimate Conquest, MAD faced SPL, an alliance playing UC for the first time. So as expected, MAD experience and banners had prevailed on the match. Even with SPL doing good races and taking some buildings first. On the second round of UC, MAD faced a huge opponent. CTP is well known as an experienced alliance in events, so for sure wouldn't be an easy match for both sides. MAD started really great taking both outposts and Mother. In the other hand, CTP done really well intercepting MAD swap on Mother, taking Targaryen outpost on the first rally wave, winning the first race on both ports, and intercepting another swap from MAD on Casterly. Things started to change with MAD kept constant rallies on structures that CTP couldn't hold long enough, even with some takebacks right after. But CTP biggest mistake were focused on the amount of disbands on their structures instead of a try to defend. That made MAD game a lot easier and costed a lot for CTP in the score. So the biggest classic was back. This time MAD remembered really well about the amount of mistakes that BDR made them do. The game started really balanced. Both alliances winning the races on the structures on their sides. Like ports as well. The point of change was when MAD managed to take all structures from BDR except for Lannister port. Especially making a good swap putting Belzebuth on Casterly. From that point forward, BDR kind of lost the control of the match like they are used to have. And that pulled MAD as the winner of the match. Game started already with a big pressure on FDH. since they lost all other 3 first races and only could manage to take the warrior. FDH managed to not accept the pressure and made sure to take mother in a really bad swap from Mad and Targaryen outpost in the first wave of rallies. But soon as the ports opened and Mad won the first race for both, things started to go south for FDH. Reinforcements wasn't getting on time and rallies were too slow to be launched. Despite of that, they were still managing to make a big damage, like taking Casterly. But structures taken were getting caught back by Mad right after. So it solved the game for them, putting Mad on the final. This was supposed to be a really great final, but both alliances took it to another level, having the greatest and most disputed game of ultimate conquest, making the game last for the whole hour non-stop. BDR did an amazing start, winning the first race on both outposts, with Mad only taking Mother and Warrior. But MAD managing to take every structure from BDR, and specially ending up with Belzebuth on Targaryen port, put all the pressure on BDR. That made Mad jump in front of points and made BDR had to put a huge effort to take enough structures to remain on the game, and that's what they did. Combining with Mad persistence to make rallies on Lannister outpost and bounce back, BDR managed to hold the game on their favor and just try to hold what they had to score enough for the win. But that's a final game of huge opponents. So MAD figured out what buildings were needed and doable to secure the win. So coming down to the last minutes, Mad made enough points and now is the ultimate conquest season 8 champion.